Hi, welcome to Pagan Goddess Tarot, and today I am doing the mid-month February 2021 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. So, oops, I lost my glasses. So my first card is going to be from the animal. I just wanted to let you know it is still a general collective reading, and so if it resonates with you, take it with you. If it doesn't, just leave it for someone else. If it starts to resonate with you in the future, you're more than welcome to come back to the channel and rewatch videos. I'm now open on Patreon for extended videos. I work 6 days a week, as I'm sure most of you know. If you're new to the channel, it's sometimes hard for me to get the readings out on time, let alone, everything else that I have to do. But I am working on other avenues. It took me a while to get Patreon up, and we have that. And I'm also working on other avenues to get readings out to you. Okay, so if you like the videos, please hit like, subscribe, and share. And it helps and you hit the little bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post videos. When you do that, it helps the channel grow exponentially. And obviously, due to time constraints, I'm not doing videos, personal readings right now. Okay, but I actually have ideas and plans to do that in the future. Okay, so let's get started. We have the Spirit Animal Oracle card, and it's Dog Spirit. Okay, and so it's telling you to be loyal to what you love. All right, so, and I did, as always, I pre-shuffle my decks so that we don't have to spend a lot of time shuffling and we still have a good mix. Okay, so I'm going to pull two from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. There we go. And the first one, is the Animal Guardian. And it's telling you to trust your instincts. Okay, so Gemini, trust your instincts. And both of them, I tried to pull both of them at the same time, so I'm going to go with it. Father Sky, it's telling you to trust in the unknown. Okay, and the reason I like to do these types of cards, these are oracle cards. They're powerful messages in and of themselves, but they also work in conjunction and coordination with the tarot portion of the reading. And they often highlight points that they really want. They don't always do it, but most of the time they do. I'm just saying that for that one time. It'd be the one time. So I'm going to use a 5-position spread. I'm using the Celtic Tarot. I'm using, like I said, the 5-position spread. It's past, present, future. The advice from Spirit, and the most probable outcome if you follow the advice from Spirit. And in the past, it's talking about communication. So you either had some communication or you're wanting to communicate. And this is rapid communication, okay? That can be Cupid's arrows. It's also known as Cupid arrows. It's a very fast-moving card. So if you haven't received communication, it should be coming in soon. Okay, now, tell me more about the present, Spirit. Oh, wow. 10 of Pentacles. Go, Gemini. 10 of Pentacles is that multi-generational abundance, love. See the rainbow in the background? That's the promise. Okay. Here we have in this, it's called the 10 of Shields in this deck. So you see how the shields are in the design of the Celtic Tree of Life. This man over here is the king. His name is Math. He was an extremely powerful magician. These two over here, or according to legend anyways, these two over here are his nephews. And they're extremely powerful magicians in their own right. And then this is the queen. And there's a history behind this card. And that rainbow, we're going to see that later in another card. You may not see it today, but these cards, they're so cool. They're very interactive. You're going to see ships all over the place. Those are synonymous with you made your plans and your ships are coming in. But you'll see them in different phases, so it's really kind of cool. So it sounds like you're going to get communication about something that's going to be very abundant. That, like I said, that's multi-generational. It's going to provide for multi-generations, and outlying, like, you know, these are the nephews. You know, we're talking sisters, brothers, outer family. This is very big energy. Okay, in the future, we have the Druid. Okay, and this is blessed by Spirit. This is Alwyn, and that's Spirit. Okay, you see the egg, that's fertility. The serpent is fertility. Okay, it's abundance. I forgot what they call that, but what he wears on his chest, that's made of gold. You know, he's manifesting this, and this is to do with manifesting, the ability to manifest. But it's also similar to the Hierophant card in the fact that, you know, the Druids were extremely knowledgeable. It took 20 years to become a Druid. They were advisors to kings. They were bards. They worked with Pythagorean theorem. It's Mercury retrograde. I actually said it right, so, you know, just bear with me on that. Apparently, I'm fumbling over my words the last couple of days. Okay, and it's about balancing your spiritual and your material planes. And Spirit's advice is Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups energy is somebody that's gone through all the Cups energies and kind of mastered them all. And where you're at is you're happy. You're content. You love yourself. That's the lesson here. You love yourself. And until you love yourself, you will, then you find love. Okay? And I think that's where it's telling you may not quite be there. I'm not sure. We're going to clarify these in a few minutes. I'm sorry about the stuttering. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Shields. The Eight of Shields is abundance. Again, see, I told you about those ships. So the Two of Wands, you see somebody planning and they're sending out two ships, okay? The Three of Wands is when these ships come in. So this is somebody that made a plan. And this is about manifesting. So what you've done is you've set your intentions on something. And just like a ship owner would do, you loaded it up and you sent it out to the universe. And you don't necessarily forget about it. You know, it's back there in the back of your mind. But you don't sit there and worry about it all day long. You don't know if those ships are coming back or not. It was an investment. If it comes in, it's going to make some serious abundance. If it doesn't, you didn't invest so much in it that you lose everything you have. And in the meantime, while it's out there with a good captain and a good crew, you trust in the universe that it's going to come back to you. Okay? But it's not going to come back to you the way you sent it out. No. You sent out whatever. Let's say in my country, I live in the U.S. So I live in southwest Louisiana. We have a lot of sugar cane. Okay, so maybe I sent out sugar cane to various places around the world that doesn't have access to sugar cane. So they're going to want to buy the sugar cane, or if they can't buy it in money, they're going to want to trade it in goods. And those would be really exotic goods coming into my country. And so I could sell those later at a higher price. That's what we're talking about. So just because you send it out this way, I'm going to send out sugarcane, it's going to come back with money. It may not just come back that way. Whatever your intent was that you sent out, Spirit may make it multiply tenfold by bringing you back Chinese silks, okay, that sell for an amazing amount of money, okay? And then so the point is, you don't worry about them while they're out there. You go about your daily thing. And this is somebody, this can be an apprentice card. This is somebody that has applied themselves to the point that they've learned a craft and that's whatever your job is, to the point where they can bring abundance in. Okay? So you've set your intentions and they're out there. And that comes back to, you have to trust your instincts. You felt like whatever you put on those ships was going to be able to be traded and or sold to make a large profit. Okay? That's the ships, or the symbolism of it. Whatever you sent out, you expect it to come back. Okay? And bring abundance. Okay? You're trusting in the unknown. You're trusting that Spirit's going to do that. And this is probably indicative of whatever this is. This is something that you probably love to do. Okay, it's like me with my job. I love my job. I love doing tarot, you know. And it's just trying to find a balance in between. Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to use the Marchetti Tarot Royale to try to clarify some of these cards up for us, okay? So you had communication in the past. Oh, about the Nine of Cups. So whatever it is, you may have communicated. Let's see what the other card is first, before I go any further. But you did learn to love yourself. Whatever you did learn to love yourself. Oh, you ended a cycle. That's how. So whatever, this was where you were at a very low point. And actually you were just getting over, or you had just finished a low point. You closed a cycle. It was hard. It was brutal. That was the lowest point that you were at, but the dawn was breaking. And you closed that cycle. Okay, and then you went through, you went through a dark night of the soul. You went through a massive transformation. You learned how to love yourself. You learned the lessons. Those are hard, brutal lessons that you learned. But you did learn them, okay? And you learned how to love yourself. And so you're comfortable with who you are, where you are, and where you're at. And that's usually when communication starts coming in. Like, just when you get comfortable, here they come. Okay? Now, you're getting this because it's kind of like Spirit is giving this to you because you went through this. You grieved whatever you lost. And trust me, I am no stranger to grief, but you have to get out of that energy. You follow the grieving process. Don't try to rush it. It comes and it goes. It's like waves. And, but when you're done, you got to remember, you can't stay there forever. I mean, I lost a lot of people in my life, and I still grieve them. And sometimes I can look at pictures and it's still great. But in the long run, can I spend 80 years, of my life grieving? No. Life was meant to live. And eventually you're going to... I'm not getting into grief counseling here, but I'm just saying, you find your way. And then you find that when you stand up, you're going to turn around, and Spirit's been sitting there with these 2 cups waiting for you. Okay? And that's when you end up closing. This is a cycle that closed, and you're stepping into a new world. You've closed a cycle. Everything's different. It's brand new. You're stronger for what you went through. And you have the ability now to build this 10 of Pentacles, or this 10 of Shields. Maybe you have that promise there. That promise is there that you have the ability to do it. Now, whether you're going to do it or not. And it required you balancing your spiritual and your material plane. Okay? Because you were definitely in the Nine of Swords energy. That's just mental anguish. And, sometimes that dark night of the soul changes you. And what it does is it's horrible to go through. But, would you have been able to handle this kind of authority? Could you have been him? Could you have been able to run an entire kingdom and build wealth for them and take care of their welfare if you hadn't been through hard times and knew what real hunger was about. If you hadn't ever been hungry, how can you know what the poor feel like, or what it's like, or how to prevent? You'd be more apt to try to prevent anything from destroying your crops. Okay? And so you did find some spiritual and material balance. This could be higher education. It could also be higher learning. It could be going for something that you want. And maybe you were just too much in the mental anguish to do it. But you may still be. Okay, but you need to get out of that energy, because what's waiting for you is, again, just had this card for some other people. Six of Pentacles. This is somebody that's balanced. This is social justice. And what happens is, once you heal, you will become abundant. Think about how abundant. This is a king. Think about how abundant you are, that you can thrive. He's not hurting. He's living in a nice house. He has nice clothes. But he's also giving to the poor. And it's also being mindful of what you give to. It can be giving your time and money. What are you giving your resources to? Okay? But in this case, I think it represents the fact that you are going to be abundant enough to be giving resources. Okay? Because you did heal yourself. Because you used to be the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands had to fight for all 8 of those other wands. The first wand was his to begin with. But he had to fight a battle. Hard battle. He is wounded because he's a warrior, and he fought a lot of people. Okay? So he's very guarded. He knows. He's watching what's coming in. What's coming into me. Okay? And this is, again, you got to trust your instincts. You got to know, I think they're playing me, or not. They're being true, But this one, he's guarded because he's had to fight every other one, and he knows there's one running loose around there somewhere. And he doesn't know whether it's friend or foe. Okay? And 9 plus 1 equals 10, so the only one left is the ace. Okay? So, judgment was in his favor, okay? And then he became this 9 of Cups because he learned how to love himself. So now we have the Knight of Shields, okay? And that's somebody, and this is Spirit's advice. Don't be so guarded. Trust in Spirit. Remember, it's telling you here to trust in the unknown. Oops, sorry. Trust in the unknown, okay? And trust your instincts. Trust yourself. Okay? Because sometimes when we go through that, we start to not trust our own instincts. Because it's hard. Just trust me. Alright? And it's telling you to be loyal to what you love. So even though you have these things sent out, you're still going to go about creating your own abundance. Okay? You're not going to just sit there on your laurels. You're going to work to create abundance. And guess what? You're going to get abundance. You have the potential new beginning for abundance if you follow Spirit's advice and quit being so guarded. Okay, and I said, trust me, I could hear my own reading coming back at me and be like, oh yeah, I know. Tell me I'm guarded. Because, I'm lying to myself. I know I am. So don't be offended by anything that I say. It's asking you to rest and reflect. Think about it. This is a life review. Knights used to do this after they came in from battle because they were brutal, and they just needed to. First of all, how did they survive? Why? Why did we do what we did? Was the cause just? I mean, where do I go from here? Am I going to have to continue this? Okay, and it's a life review. It's just taking time to rest, because if you're not rested, your thinking gets scattered. Okay? And this, I know. It took me years. I didn't realize I was running for a time, exhausted. Just exhausted. Okay? But what's coming in too also is the Two of Cups. Okay. So you have good things coming in for you. You know, you're I think you're getting through whatever happened to you because you have the Nine of Cups energy. I think that, you know, you're still a little guarded. If you're not out of that Nine of Swords energy, you soon will be. Okay, and you have the potential for abundance, and if you can recognize it and trust spirit and trust your own instincts, I think it's going to come in, and it's probably going to be doing something that you love to do. Okay, so I pulled some Archangel cards for you, and the first one is leadership. It's Archangel Gabriel. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So it's time for you to teach others, to show others. And that could be how to do, that could be grief counseling. That could be anything. That could be teaching somebody how to do what they need to do. It's just helping others. And again, we have the life review. See, I just said that. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. All right. And then we have the Indigo and Crystal Children. Archangel Metatron. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Okay? There we go. So it's an incredible reading. I hope you like it. It's like I said, it's just telling you to do a life review. You have a few things that you haven't let go of. You're a little guarded, but you have things trying to come in. You have that looks like love coming in. You have abundance coming in. You're happy with your life. I mean, you have the potential for a lot of abundance, and Spirit's just telling you maybe do a little bit of shadow work and understand that that's the the whole world's not out to get you. It seems like it though sometimes, but it's not. So if you like the videos, please hit like, subscribe, and share, and hit the little bell icon so you get notification whenever I do a video. When you do all this, it helps the channel grow exponentially. It's amazing. But I'm gonna do the extended on Patreon. You're more than welcome to join us. If not, you know, love and light, and I'll see you on the next reading. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.